few weeks ago, we showed you some very special pencil drawings that one of our viewers did for us.
This is the work of Kim Johnson, who did the drawings after our event at Fitzgerald's Men's Store.
And she's with us today to talk about the process. Welcome, Kim.
Thank you.
Okay, so we have a lot of relationships here. You were actually an intern for Miranda.
I was.
You were many years ago. And Kim, it's so fun to see you back in the studio
It's fun
here.
to see you too.
And you know, you've kind of taken your love for video and production and spun it into another artistic form.
I have.
Yes, you know, you're a photographer. We've seen a lot of your work. Tell us a little bit about that and how it translates to this.
Well, I went to school for photography, and actually I have my BFA, which is a Bachelor's of Fine Arts from Aquinas College, and I actually started out as a photographer. It was a major, and went to drawing as a major, and then ended up flip-flopping it back the other way. And you know, I ended up I stopped doing the whole thing for a long time, almost 10 years.
10 years?
Yeah.
Okay.
And mainly because I was told I was no good.
Oh.
But then you said, you know what, I've got something inside me that says I'm going for
Exactly.
it. Good.
I mean, there's only so much you can take from something like that. It's like you look at it and go, well, you know, I could do that. Wait a minute, I'm trained to do that. I have a degree that says I can do that. And I know myself I can do that.
Right.
So, and it doesn't really matter what other people think. So, but you...
Okay, well, we think it's pretty good.
We
so,
do.
Yeah.
You had taken these photos with your camera.
I did.
And then what do you do then once you have the photograph? How do you start
What I do,
this?
I start them out as, depending on how adventurous I want to be, I will ink them first, and I have an array of different pigments that I use first, and I can probably show you one of them. And then I just pretty much start with some bricks here. That's a little bit light, but let's go over here.
Well, this is a picture that you took of my daughter and I around the holidays last year. And so this is at our home. And
You have a lot of bricks, too, by the way.
we do. We have a lot of bricks on the inside since we live in a open loft type space.
Can you see how Coco has changed and grown in 1
Yes,
year?
I have it, but the likeness to what she looks like, Kim, you did a fantastic job in capturing my little girl, and I look at her very closely every day, obviously, but you really have captured, it looks just like her.
And I think the time I took off, I think it gave me a little more fuel to keep in the desire to do more with the medium I'm doing now. For a while, I just did pencil, and that's safe for me. I think it's, you know, even now that I'm coming back and doing more, I think it's more to come out of my comfort zone, because pen and ink is not my style, and any of my teachers will tell you, no, it wasn't. She avoided it like the plague. And I took the least amount of classes that I had to, and I said there were one or two you had to take for the whole degree, and I kind of said I'll take what I have
What
to.
does this do for you, though, Kim? I mean, do you have a feeling of relaxation or just
This
a creative
is a
outlet?
release. I do have a fairly stressful job. I work for the state of Michigan. I will leave it at that, but I work for them, and I often take my breaks with my sketch pad.
And it's
And
just
I'll
an
go-
outlet.
It is. It really is. I even take it to meetings. I have one that has, and it's a godsend. Actually, it's a notebook that has writing lined paper on one side and then drawing on the other. So if you're sitting, people are, you're supposed to be listening to the meeting. I can actually do both.
I love it.
Multitasking.
Exactly. I'm listening. I hear everything you're saying.
Kim, you know what I really like is I think a lot of people kind of struggle with their passions that they had when they were young, and you get so caught up in life that you don't go back to them. What motivated you to go back to something you loved?
Well, what motivated me is what my friend calls taking people who are taking life suckers out of your life, people who suck the life out of you and just make you feel bad. And I'd had enough of it, and I just wanted to use the gifts that I was given. God's given everybody a gift, and I was pretty much letting it sit there, unwrapped but unused. So I said, I think that's being wasteful, not being a good steward of what God's given me. And so I said I'm going to go back in there and try it again, and this time I'm not listening to anybody but me.
And you know what?
And then,
I think we've all felt that, and we can relate because a lot of people have said to myself, and probably to you as well, you're never going to do this, you're never going to do that, but sometimes you just got to not listen.
Absolutely. You've got to just look inside and say, you know what, this is what I think I need to do, and just push on.
Right.
And obviously you found something that you're awesome at. That's beautiful.
Yeah, Kim, thank you so much for doing these, and obviously it's wonderful to see you, and you sketch a lot of your friends, and so it's wonderful to share your gift with us.
Thank you for having me.
It's great to see you, Kim.
You too.
Yeah. Stay with us. We'll be right back.